The fuck? She self-consciously fingered the slash of a bruise across her right cheekbone. Cover-up had concealed it well enough all day, but leave it to Ryker to notice. He didn't miss anything. God, that intrigued her. His vision was oddly sharp, and once he'd mentioned hearing an argument several doors down. She hadn't heard a thing. It's nothing. She stepped back to allow him entrance. I have a lasagna cooking. He moved into her, heat and his scent of forest and leather brushing across her skin. One knuckle gently ran across the bruise. Who hit you? The tone held an edge of something dark. She shut the door and moved away from his touch. What? Who says somebody hit me? Turning on the heels, and barely keeping from landing on her butt, she walked toward the kitchen, remembering to sway her hips before making it past the couch. I have to get dinner out or it'll burn. She kept several frozen dishes ready to go, not knowing when he'd be back in town. The domestication worked well for them both, and she liked cooking for him, enjoyed taking care of him like that, for this brief affair or whatever it was. I hope you haven't eaten. You know I haven't. He stopped inside the kitchen. Zara. She gave an involuntary shiver from his low tone and drew the lasagna from the oven and bread from the warmer before turning around to see him lounging against the door jamb. Isn't this when you pour wine? Her heart fluttered at seeing the contrast between her pretty butter-yellow cabinets and the deadly rebel calmly watching her. I have the beer you like. You always have the beer I like. He didn't move a muscle, and this time a warning threaded through his words in a tone like gravel crumbling in a crusher. I asked you a question. She forced a smile and carried the dishes to the breakfast nook, which she'd already set with her favorite apple-patterned dinnerware and bright aqua linens. And I asked you one. Trying to ignore the tension vibrating from him, she grasped a lighter for the candles. A hand on her arm spun her around. She hadn't heard him move. How did he do that? He leaned in. Then I'll answer yours. I know what a woman looks like who's been hit. I know by the color and slant of that bruise how much force was used, how tall the guy was, and which hand he used. What I don't know is the name of the fucker. Yet. How do you know all of that? She whispered. He lifted his head, withdrawing. I just do. There it was. He'd share his body and nothing else with her. She didn't even know where he lived when he wasn't on a case. From day one, he'd been clear that this wasn't forever, that he wasn't interested in a future. Neither was she. He was her first purely physical affair, and that's why he could mind his own business. Bully for you. She shoved past him for the wine, waiting on the counter, and twisted in the corkscrew with a little more force than was necessary. Why was he changing the game on her? Are you seeing somebody else? She stilled. Hurt, surprising in its sharpness, cut through her. No. Yanking out the cork, she turned to face him. We said we'd be exclusive for however long we, saw each other. He rubbed the scruff on his chin, studying her. Part of exclusivity means nobody hurts what's mine. She blinked twice at the possessive language. I think we both know I'm not yours. What was going on with him? She studied him closer. Lines fanned out from his eyes, and a tenseness lived in his broad shoulders. Are you okay? Without moving, he seemed to withdraw. Yes. Been on a case. Is it finished? No. A vein stood out along his tough guy neck. Ryker was a private detective who specialized in finding the hard to find. Want to talk about it? No. Yeah, she'd figured. Then let's relax. She poured 2 glasses of Cabernet.